Let's play. Whoa! Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You all may call me Pharaoh, and I am joined with...
Skinny Manny.
And welcome back to Let's Play the Great Ace Attorney Adventures.
Oh, woohoo!
Woo! Am I recording? Yes, I am. I just want to be absolutely certain I was. Anyway.
Nice.
The last time we left off, we were... Sounds like I'm about to fart, but I'm trying to remember. I swear to you guys. We're in the middle of a trial, basically, and we're introduced to more of the other new aspects of the game where we have multiple jurors, and we're trying to persuade them, and we have our redemption second testimony thing, and we're pitting them against each other, blah, blah, blah. Either way, we had to answer a question, did the two witnesses see two different moments of the same crime? And just take my word for it, because I can't remember. It's out of the question.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman. What is it, you dark jinx? Come on, out with it. Sounds kind of bad, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I'm just gonna go up to somebody on the street and say, hey, what's up, dark jinx?
I'd be like, bitch!
Tonight's news at 10. A local man has been... Who's calling? I don't know. Somebody will pick that up. What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question.
Oh?
What are you talking about, man? How could you possibly say that? You do realize that I'm only doing my job. As foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. So, where's your evidence, man? That's what we want to see. I say the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime. If you say that's out of the question, then show me some proof. Well, it looks like the only way I'm going to convince him is to present him with something he can't dismiss. Some irrefutable hard evidence. As you wish. What?
Huh?
I'll give you the proof. It's out of the question that two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime, as proven by... I think it's the autopsy report, because... Let me take a look at it, actually. Stabbed once in the abdomen with a knife while journeying in the omnibus. Died to the internal hemorrhaging resulting from trauma. I think it's because the two different people said that he got stabbed two different ways. Like, one's to the gut and one was from the top. So it's like, well, this says abdomen. So... Present.
Oh, hello. Present. There we go.
This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen. Only once. What the fuck is that? Excuse me. I barely ate today, too. So, no, besides, I'm just getting possessed. It's like, oh.
Are you okay?
I guess. I don't know. It's like I get older. My body's not functioning properly. I hate time. I don't know. What am I going to do anymore, Danny? I just don't know.
I don't know. Oh my god.
Anyway. Only once? It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely one time. Which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen two different times. Alright, I concede defeat. Wait, that means 4 jurors are now leading to not guilty.
We've done it, Mr. Naruhodo. We've won!
She's so adorable.
Yay, baby.
Oh, what are you playing at, you dandy fool? Oh, shut your trap, sir. No one deceives me. But we had a consensus. I said shut your trap. I know a lie when I see one. And if the Chapo ever dares across the threshold of my shop, I'll take this razor-sharp blade. And, sir, I mean, you can, dear God, you can do that in the privacy of your own home, but you're like,
You're in public.
yeah, I mean, listen, I can say so many inappropriate things right now, which I am so inclined to say, but
Don't you dare.
yeah, I'm just, yep. I'd shave every last hair off this head. Please tell me he's a barber.
Well, oh, that's me. That's right.
Yep.
I'm the judge. I'm the judge.
All
Santa
right.
Claus.
Just in
Also,
time.
Merry Christmas. If you had well, it's probably way past Christmas when we.
It is. By this time, it's probably July of 2022 at this point.
We gotta record these more, man.
We're busy. We got so much things going on.
I know. Gosh, I miss this. Okay. Well, in a quite remarkable turn of events, the defense's summation examination has flipped the balance of the scales of justice. The jurors now stand at 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty.
Yay, math!
Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to adjudicate, and the trial must continue.
Oh, damn, man. I was ready to go out here and get some food. Oh.
We are hungry. I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places. And I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. I swear to God, if it's to be continued, I'm going to be so pissed. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Don't jinx it. You never know how you know how these games work.
It's been a long time since we actually, played this game, so... oh, God. Lord, sir... Oh. Sorry.
You're okay?
I was getting up for a second, and then I was like, oh, I should probably read that. So, Lord Van Zeeks, continue to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please. Where's my controller? Oh.
Dear God, it's like a freaking 20-second animation. Hurry up. I'm sitting here like, all right, I'm not going to say anything until something happens, and damn. Having savored a rich aroma, this carmine, I guess, contents of this hallowed chalice. It may seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray forgive this discourtesy.
Lord Van Zeeks!
Is it cold in here, or is it just me? As your antiquated term no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during a summation examination. So, I honored a deathly silence and listened to the charade. It seems I overestimate the intelligence of the jury. Well, no matter. There's nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth, it would seem. No. And why else would we grace the courtroom of our presence after all? So, let us proceed to the next round of battle. Bring forth the witnesses once more! Witnesses! I trust you heard the summation examination we have just had to endure. Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, that I did, sir.
Of course I heard it.
Oh, yes, sir. I heard it.
You, sir, on the end. The coachman. I believe it's Beppo.
Yes, sir. My lord, sir.
If it transpires that you, in your previous testimony, you are attempting to veil the presence of a 5th passenger on your omnibus, you will be found guilty of perjury. You are advised to hear that in mind, sir.
Oh, mio Dio. Dio?
Dio! It was me, Dio!
I have not seen a single episode of that show
What?
yet. None. And like, I understand people are like, first off, I got super excited for Kira for getting the role as Jolene, because it's like that was just made, all right.
It's her.
It's her,
Jolene.
Straight up. And I'm already biased towards Jolene because of Pharaoh's being half Egyptian, half Japanese, voicing her. So I'm rooting for both of them to do an amazing job, which I heard they're doing amazing.
It's fantastic.
I need to start. And I remember somebody said like, "Oh, but the show's so weird." It's like, well, the show's called Bizarre.
Bizarre Adventure. Yeah, it's like yes, of course it's weird.
Oh, I gotta figure out. I gotta find time.
Watch party.
Yay!
Oh, now then, witnesses, I hereby call on you to testify before the court again. You will explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defense's summation examination.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
All right, this time we're gonna hear about the various misgivings.
Ooh.
I only carried 4 passengers that night. I swear it. But
Well, I for one was told I have to pay 5 pence for the bus.
He fiddled us on the fare, he did. And then well, excuse me, what did he do to you? I'm sorry. I know I said I'm not going to crack many jokes during this LP, but I can't help myself. And then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. Oh, it's all too much.
I tell you, I saw Mr. McGilden stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands.
Oh, yes. Yes, he stabbed him. Yes, he did. I think so, yes.
You think so? Okay, come on. We ain't got time for think. Counsel, make sense of this for me, please.
The phantom 5th passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend never existed. The confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little concierge. Better explain yourself. I at least hardly the Guildmaster. The guild fares 4 pence across the board. You know that. Am I to understand you've been overcharging our passengers for a penny affair? It's so cold, and the last one of the day is always half empty.
You have been dishonest, coachman.
I'm sorry. You're a disgrace, Beppo. A disgrace. And your selfish actions have brought dishonor on the entire guild. If I may, sir, I had to pay 10 pence on a bus just last week. What?
4 passengers at 5 pence each is, yes, 20 pence. I've done the arithmetic 10 times already, but I just can't make the result come out differently.
No, that figures.
Well, it would appear that one of the aforementioned misgivings has already been explained. So, counsel for the defense, your cross-examination, if you please.
We've already had the pleasure of a protracted summation examination today. I see you intend to continue the parlor games. Absolutely! Okay.
You good, fam?
I guess. Huh. Well, I wonder what we should do. How many? So we got 1, 2. So honestly, the only thing that kind of makes me a little iffy is kind of what you said. Remember how at the very end he's like, "I think so." You know, we don't have time for think. So let's go ahead and press on the last statement.
Hold it! Oh, oops. Go. The last statement?
Yep, where it says, "I think so."
Come on. Go. Okay, press L.
There you go. But earlier, you testified that you saw the moment when the defendant allegedly stabbed the victim, didn't you? Oh, yes, that's right. You said that the victim was on the floor and described the assailant holding a knife in an ice pick grip. Kind of like my... Eh?
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Yeah, it's my channel. I can be as bad as I want.
You're right.
Although, I'm not going to hear it from...
Tits!
Listen, if you're grabbing your... Danielle, you're going to make me say shit here. I'm
Sorry.
not...
Sorry.
Oh, it's like,
I'm
what
sorry.
kind of porn are you watching?
Oh, God.
Oh, I feel bad for the viewers. Anyway,
Oh.
let's see, he's cold here. I suppose, I might have, you know, yes, I put the cart before the horse, maybe.
What's this?
Well, I'm quite sure about most of it. I was driving the horses from when I heard a scream from the seats of the roof deck. Oh, I expect that was me, sir. That I was turned around, yes, I saw it through the skylight. The gentleman was on the floor, and the knife was sticking up out of his midriff. That's right, yes, and for the fellow hiding the handle was a famous man, yes. So, in short, you didn't see the moment when the victim was actually stabbed at all? I really thought that I did, but when I go over it again in my head, no, I suppose I didn't actually see the precise moment of the stabbing, did I? Hello?
What,
Hello?
sir?
Oh, wait, is that his mustache? What are you doing? Oh, no, it's a
No,
stick.
it's his cane.
I was like, oh my god, I wish I had a mustache like that. Anyway, so whenever something like this happens, as you guys know, you want to go over to whoever's making a noise, and you want to click pursue.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Hey, do you have something to say about that, Mr. Fairplay?
Now you Whoa, now you listen to me. I know what you're thinking. He didn't really see the exact moment the fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that? Eh? Sir?
Are you asking me or telling me? He's getting flustered. I might be able to extract some information from him if I answer him cleverly. Could he just happen to see the exact moment a crime was committed? Some days are like that. Honestly, I just feel like there's no chance.
No dice.
Well, it is a little hard to believe, certainly. Unless you spread your time I thought it was peeing. I mean, listen, when you gotta go, you gotta go. If it's through the skylight
guess.
onto people's heads, then, you know.
Well.
That's my fetish.
Oh my god.
Ew. So unless you spend your time peeping through a skylight on top of an omnibus, that is.
Peeping? I'm a respectable city banker, I'll have you know. And I know what I saw. I remember it as clear as Ballarat Day. It was a grim scene, I don't mind telling you. Thank you, Mr. Fairplay. Oh, excuse me, I was getting a little hot under the collar there, my lord. I will ask you to supplement your testimony with a clear statement about what exactly you saw. Oh, I can do that all right. I'll tell you just how grim it was. With my glorious mustache. Do you think I'd forget the sight of the blood-soaked hands after that butcher stabbed the man?
Wait.
Wait.
Yeah.
Sir?
How the hell did you see blood-soaked hands when he apparently was wearing leather gloves?
Da-na-na.
Present.
Objection.
Blood-soaked hands?
Well, I admit that soaked might be laying it a little thick, but, Anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it.
Well, I'm very sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay, but that's more than a little peculiar.
What?
Here are the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. McGilded, on the night in question.
No, yes, right.
And there certainly does appear to be a sizable dark-colored stain there. But, as I'm sure you can clearly see, it's only on the right-hand glove.
Sir? The hell?
You're starting to get some beaver there. Sure. In short, Mr. Fairplay, your testimony is inconsistent.
Yeah, but no, that can't be right.
So you're the liar here then.
Oh, that's right. You were quite clear about it. You said it was both hands. Mr. Fairplay, if your last statement was a lie, it calls your entire testimony into question. You say you saw the moment the victim was stabbed, but is that really the truth?
God,
Objection!
Oh, God.
It was a simple mistake. You can't justify accusing this man of lying. Yes, it wasn't both hands, it was only one, but the fact remains. The victim's blood was on the accused.
Objection.
No, Mr. Fairplay categorically stated that he saw blood all over both hands, which means there's a strong possibility that this witness was deliberately trying to mislead the court.
Garg! Why? Why? I'm a city banker, for Pete's sake. My word should be the gold standard. I'm a gentleman, not some gutter snipe. Upstanding members of society don't prevaricate. Prevaricate.
Words.
Words are hard.
He's claiming to have no reason to lie. But is that really the case?
Mr. Naruhodo, if we had some evidence to explain why Mr. Fairplate might be lying, it could turn the tide in this trial completely.
Something to show this man has a compelling reason to lie in his testimony. I think I do have that evidence. My lord!
Oh, shoot.
Did you click the wrong one?
Yes, I think my Joy-Cons are drifting because it selected the other one.
And I feel your pain. I really do. I mean, the only thing I can try recommending, just to see if it works before opening anything up, is like just trying to clean everything around the analog stick with the, with like rubbing alcohol of some sort, or maybe compressed air.
Oh, okay. You know what? I will do that after this session, because I have compressed air, so I should probably do that.
Awesome. And of course, there is the other trick where you have like a piece of cardboard, but it requires you opening up everything, and I'm not sure if you're gonna be comfy doing that. So
nope. So I'll try the air.
Or you can do what I do and just get a Pro controller. So
I have one. I should go get it. I'll go get it after this.
Okay. All right. Oh crap. So do you want to go back until you reach the other one? Or?
No. It says the defense is ready to present evidence.
Okay, well, I'll voice
evidence.
Because it's still going. It's still a judge talking right now. So.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
Evidence that will clearly demonstrate Mr. Fairplay had a reason to lie in his testimony, and the judge says, "I'm afraid, counsel." Is that right?
He says, "Yes, counsel." Because I clicked on I have evidence, and he's like, I'm trying to get his attention. So.
Oh, okay. He penalized me.
Oh.
I suppose that's fair play. Very well. I hereby call on the defense to present evidence. Okay, go for it.
Okay, so I'll just voice until we get there.
Okay.
Yes, counsel? The defense is ready to present evidence. By Jove, are you sure? Yes, evidence that will clearly demonstrate why Mr. Fairplay had a reason to lie in his testimony. Garg. Alright, where were you at again?
The evidence that demonstrates a motive for the witness' alleged deception of court.
Okay, so basically you had to choose something right now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so, well, actually, the evidence, actually, to demonstrate why he was trying to lie. Now, if you guys remember this, I think Danny and I did this way earlier, but if you take a look inside the debtor's ledger, and we already did, and like the information, the little summary here changed a little bit, you'll notice that from among the list of the debtors is Bruce Fairplay. Now, I don't know about you guys, but, you know, if you're in a piece of evidence like this, your ass is gonna lie. So, now the thing is, you guys need to make sure that you've already looked inside this ledger. Do not just present it right out of the bat, because you need to have concrete proof. So, because we already looked into it, it's already changed for us. So, if it's already changed, go ahead and present this ledger.
Take that!
This is a list of the debtors who owe money to Mr. McGilded. Yes, a list of innocent victims crippled by the accused extortion. Well, the point is, among the names of these debtors is your name, Mr. Bruce Fairplay.
What? Mr. Fairplay, are you currently indebted financially to the accused? Oh, no, well, it's barely worthy of being called a debt.
Well, according to this ledger, you owe him 20 guineas. Not an inconsiderable sum of money, wouldn't you say?
Well, what of it?
Let's suppose Mr. McGilded were to be found guilty of murder. What would become of your debt in that case?
These documents state that the loan agreement is forged between two individual parties. Therefore, were the creditor, the defendant here, to be sentenced to a capital punishment, all outstanding debts which were owed to him would be annulled. They would cease to exist.
Cease to exist?
Mr. Fairplay, is it not the case that you claimed in your testimony to have seen something you never in fact saw, in a devious attempt to annul your debt of 20 guineas to the defendant?
I can't scream right now.
No, that's alright.
Order! Order! Ooh, order! Mr. Bruce Fairplay. Yes, my lord.
You got something in your mouth? Oh, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Oh, good. Let me ask you again. And be aware that your answer may have most serious implications upon your future, sir. Did you or did you not see the precise moment in which in which the defendant is alleged to have thrust a knife into the victim?
Thrust. Your silence speaks volumes!
Damn, okay.
You did not tell the truth in your testimony!
Alright! Let's not make a melodrama out of this. Perhaps I did overstate the truth a pinch.
A pinch?
But it makes no difference. I remember seeing blood on Mr. McGilded hands. Both of them.
Objection!
And yet, only one of the defendant's gloves, which we have here as evidence, is stained.
So, you keep saying...
I wonder if I might be allowed to speak, sir.
Go ahead, Mr. First.
Well, the thing is, I think I remember seeing it myself, as it happens. Seeing what? The blood, sir, on the assailant's hands. I think... Yes, I'm almost sure that it was on both his hands, not just one. What? What?
Oh, Beppo. So cute. It would appear that we're going to need further testimony from all of you witnesses. This time, I would like to know precisely what you did and what you did not see. Do I make myself perfectly clear? Yes!
Yes, bitch.
Yes, bitch.
I don't even know
Yes!
I don't even know where it started from, and it's just it's all around.
It's the best.
Mr. Naruhodo, this is good news. The course of the trial seems to have shifted slightly at last.
Yeah. I might finally have a chance to turn things around here. All right. So we have a new witness testimony regarding what the witnesses really saw. Okay.
Really?
Let's hear them out.
Alrighty. There was blood on both hands of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired, if that matters.
I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attackers' hands with blood on them. I didn't actually see anything myself, no, not until I heard that scream.
Anyway, the fact remains, there can't be anyone else inside that carriage, or we all would have seen. Fix my hair. Oh, good lord. Okay. Well, lo and behold. In truth, the fact, not one of you was witness to the crucial moment the crime was perpetrated. My apologies, my lord, but honestly, there was no one else inside that carriage, and the man's hands were covered in blood. That much incriminating evidence is tantamount to saying we saw the man do it.
Oh, that's really not what testimony is about. Let us examine the interior of the omnibus once more.
Look at this omnibus.
It's pretty disgusting on the seat. Actually, you know what? I gotta show you something after this recording that I found, and this made me laugh. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I gotta remember. The victim's fresh blood is clearly visible on the seat, corroborating the witnesses' accounts. In other words, there is no substantial nor significant change in the facts of the case.
Very well. Your cross-examination, please, counsel.
Yes, my lord. Excuse me.
Oh, you good?
Yeah. All right.
Alrighty.
So let's see here. I think because we have five pieces of testimony here. Let's go to the last one because I want more information. Because like he says, regardless of what happened, there's nobody else could have been there, or else they would have seen it. Is that really the case? Let's press.
Hold it!
And everything you saw of the incident was through the skylight of the roof of the omnibus, right?
Oh, that's right. That's me. That's right. It was fiercely cold that night, but the glass wasn't frosted over.
Oh yes, I remember I was shivering. It was so bitter.
Which rather begs the question of why the pair of you were sitting on the roof deck in the first place. Well, I don't know about this young fellow, but I couldn't enter the cabin.
Oh? Why not?
It was locked from the inside, and I tried knocking, but no one opened the door.
It was locked?
That's right, and it's public bus service for pity's sake. That's not what I call fair play.
Ha! Get it?
It's fair. His name is Fair Play.
Stupid. Yes, I had exactly the same experience. I tried knocking, but the gent inside just let me to clear off. So I had no choice but to climb up the roof deck and look down longingly into the warm cabin below.
No. Well, I can assure you that I wasn't looking down. I was glaring, long and hard. That's precise.
When somebody says something like that, what do you want me to say? I'm not a mature man, all right? I'm gonna laugh at things that sound funny to me.
And that's precisely why I can tell you with absolute confidence that if there was anyone else at all in that cabin, I would have noticed.
Unequivocal, I would say. I'm not sure about those two witnesses. Could they really have seen everything inside a cabin through the skylight? Well, no. I think they might not have been able to.
Yeah.
Because you guys remember just how they're seated. I don't think they're going to be able to see absolutely everything. So let's go with the second option here. Allow me to confirm one thing. Mr. Fairplay, you were riding this omnibus and witnessed the events in the cabin through the skylight on the floor of the upper deck. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
In that case, there is a portion of the cabin interior that would have been out of sight for you.
What?
Make sure you don't scream too much if you really don't need to.
Yeah, I'll probably tone it down a little bit.
Okay. By golly, really? Well, obviously at this stage we can't say for sure. But the possibility cannot be denied that at the time of the incident there could have been another passenger in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus.
Objection!
Enough hypothetical meandering, my Nipponese friend. The prosecution demands that you substantiate your claims. After all, the scene of the crime is here, in the flesh. Kinda.
Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's demand. You will identify the area on this cross-sectional plan of the omnibus. Where exactly in the omnibus are you suggesting that this potential extra passenger could have been situated?
Alrighty. So, we know... I love these diagrams, by the way, but...
Me too.
We know that the two guys were sitting up here, on the top right, correct? Because also we know because, like, here's the skylight, they're able to look down. Okay. Now, unless they're, like, you know, acrobats or something like that, or just looked awkward as all hell, how the hell are they going to look toward the bottom right of the cabin to look at the bottom right seats?
Yes.
It just wouldn't be possible from where they're sitting. So let's go ahead and present the bottom right seats.
Take that!
Stop, it keeps drifting.
I'm assuming it's the left analog one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's always that one.
All those times I was making fun of you, now it's happening to me. I'm like, damn it.
Ha! That's what you get.
Ugh.
Both rows of seats on the roof face in the direction of travel. Whereas the seats in the enclosed cabin face each other. Which means the visible part of the cabin, which passengers on the roof deck can be seen through the skylight, is as I've drawn here.
Ah.
That's right, my lord. As you can see, the seat opposite the one on which the victim and his attacker were sitting is obscured from view. In other words, if someone had been sitting on that seat, it's quite possible that these witnesses would have been completely unaware of it.
God.
Objection!
It's quite possible. Some phantom was sitting there? You Nipponese have a forbidding habit of scaring the truth with ambiguity. That's a word I just said.
Ambiguity.
Ambiguity.
You sounded like your dad.
Oh God, Danny, that's my future.
Oh my god, and then but the unity.
God. Oh, it's gonna be a
He's
fun
so
time.
sweet though.
What was that?
He's so sweet though.
Oh, he is something. The explanation point.
I concur with the prosecution's. Wow, I can't talk either. I concur with the prosecution's rejoinder. In a British court of law, evidence is paramount. Oh, I should probably press A. I cannot entertain this conjecture, counsel. That is, unless you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger to whom you allude.
Can you, Mr. Naruhodo?
I honestly don't know. Who could it have been? Who could have been in the other seat, which was out of sight from the witnesses on the roof deck? I mean... The problem is, if we go with we have no idea, we're kind of screwed. We're riding on this, right?
Right.
So, I have an inkling. I understand, my lord. The defense would like to put forward a name. You are a fool. The response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitations. A toast to hard lessons not yet learnt.
And let us not delay, counsel. The defense is still to name the passenger in the other seat.
This could be it. This could be the chance I've been waiting for to turn a trial in my favor. On that night, on the night of the murder, the person occupying the seat in the omnibus cabin that was obscured from view was... Well, I still have time, I think.
Oh yeah, we probably could go like another.
Shut up, neighbors! Honking your damn horn like it's nothing. The hell? Hey, oh, you just did it again? Just to spite me. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
We could probably go for like another 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, the person occupying the seat, well, let's do, like, order of elimination here. It's not gonna be Sasato, it's not gonna be male. We got... That's a really rough 48. Oh, God, I hope I don't look like that. You know what I just realized? That you and I are basically the ages of the old people in the RPGs.
Yes, we are.
And
Because Von Zeeks is 32.
That really bothers me. Like, the RPG I'm playing right now, the guy's like, oh, is he old, the wise one? He's 30. I'm like, really? I was like, I'm not old or wise. I hate this.
Yeah, I know. It's like, really?
Like, someone did not inform me of this, and it's like... Apparently the world can only be saved by teenagers. Maybe from a 20 or 21-year-old, but after that, you're some side quest character.
Right?
Anyway, so it's not him. Let's see. Well, Beppo, he was driving the damn thing, Bruce. So, honestly, I feel like out of order elimination, and for this to kind of work the way it needs to, let's go with Magnus.
Take that! Alright.
The passenger in the enclosed cabin and the witnesses on the roof deck failed to see. Has it have been Mr. Magnus McGilded? Donald? Mr. McGilded?
What are you talking about, counsel? That's the name of the defendant!
Objection!
Beppo looks like he needs to take a pee. Oh.
Sir?
If I desecrate this chamber by smashing my hollow chalice, do forgive the discourtesy.
Lord Van Zeeks!
People talk of those tiny island nations in the Far East as having a learning and culture of their own. But I see they use the terms ill-advisedly. What are you trying to say?
You racist.
Let me explain in terms that even a student of an artless backwater such as yourself might understand. Damn, okay.
Okay.
Try that shit now. See what's gonna happen to your ass. When the bloody scene unfolded, the victim and his assailants were sitting side by side. Multiple witnesses have attested to the fact. It's the very premise on which this case is built.
Objection.
But that premise may be wrong. What? If the victim really was sitting behind Mr. McGilded, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way.
What inconsistency, counsel?
The defendant's gloves, my lord. Ugh. Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claim that there was blood on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim.
Objection.
Yet we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the gory remains.
Objection.
The point is, even in the face of this irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance.
Yes, their testimony remains unchanged.
Exactly. They both adamantly swear that they clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. In short, their memory of events is correct, and their testimony reveals the truth. It was somebody else sitting beside the victim that night. A third party we have yet to identify. And the victim's blood was on that passenger's hands. Both of them.
Objection.
And who was this third party? Obviously, I don't know the true culprit.
Extraordinary. Order, order, order! I can't do the thing.
No, it's okay.
What exactly are you postulating?
Objection.
I mean, not in front of everybody, Judge.
Swear to God.
The defense's postulation is just that. Nothing more than conjecture. And empty promises. The witnesses have clearly stated that they saw the accused.
Objection.
But when elaborating on his testimony, Mr. Fairplay said the two of them were wearing hats and I couldn't exactly make out their faces.
Yes. The tops of the head were obscured by the roof. I could see the rest of them, though.
Yes, that's right. Both edges was certainly hatted. Hatters do tend to notice such things, sir.
And what particular styles of hat did the two gentlemen sport, Mr. First?
I'm afraid I don't remember. Can you call yourself a hatter? The style of hat makes no difference. There was no third passenger in that cabin. How can you be so sure? Because if there had been, the accused, Mr. McGilded, would undoubtedly have offered to dispose the fact. Unless, that is, you are proposing an even more preposterous explanation? That the accused failed to even notice the presence of the true culprit in the very cabin in which he traveled? He's got my ass there. He's right. If there was another person traveling in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus, it's inconceivable that Mr. McGilded would have been unaware of it.
Order! There is clearly a simple solution to this problem.
Bring the accused, Mr. McGilded, to the stand.
Well, what say you, counsel?
Excuse me. The prosecution objects, my lord.
On what grounds?
As a suspect, he will already have made a full statement to the police.
But what if there's some reason why he's unable to speak freely?
Magnus McGilded is no uneducated ruffian. If it indeed turns out the man has been withholding information, you can be sure it will have been a most deliberate act.
Counsel for the defense, what is your opinion?
My lord, should we ask Mr. McGilded to testify or not? I think we still have time, so let's demand.
Yeah.
Yes, we need to hear we need to hear what he has to say in order to find out the truth. The defense would like to call Mr. McGilded to the stand.
In that case, I would like to hear the opinion of the jury.
Yes, I need a little time to consider this.
If you ask me, I think we should hear what Mr. McGilded has to say.
Get the man out here, I say!
It would be utterly illogical not to hear his testimony.
What something he's doing, get it done. That's how I run things at the guild.
Hearing what the patron of my favorite little park has to say? Oh, yes, that would be lovely.
Yes, the jury says the man must be heard.
Very well. The court will hear the defendant's testimony. Bailiff, show the defendant to the stand at once.
Now, maybe what actually happened that night will finally become clear.
Let proceedings be resumed. I almost said resumed. Mr. McGilded, have you been listening to the discourse of the day?
To be sure I have, my lord.
There are two matters now in which the court desires to hear from you. The first is whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus cabin, as proposed by the defense. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal that fact from the police?
Begone! No, it is not in my nature to hide anything at all!
Just answer the questions, please.
The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this all along. Do I tell you all to keep me mouth shut? Tell us what, Mr. McGilded? The fine fellow representing me is absolutely right. In the carriage of the night with myself and the other man, there was another passenger.
It's true!
It was me who helped the little urchin get away after it all happened. You what?
I can't believe this is ridiculous.
No, Magnus McGilded. The convenient excuse can't save you now.
Oh, I'm truly sorry, so I am, Lord Van Seats. I'm sure you'll be wanting to know why I had nothing when I was taken in by the police. I do be having a very good reason, I assure you.
Which was?
Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, but not in any way involved, you see.
What?
Well, if the police had known the wee one was there, they'd have assumed she done it. They'd have hauled her into this here courtroom just like myself. I was only trying to spare her that. Young hearts and young minds are easily damaged, my lord.
And who was this young child of whom you speak?
That's... I don't know.
You don't know?
Well, the meeting just happened to be in the garage that night. I never saw him before or since.
Objection! We have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecution calls for witnesses' statements to be disregarded by the court.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the urchin isn't here in this courtroom as we speak. Listen to the proceedings. What?
Sir?
Ah, smoke! Ah! No use.
Oh, there's a fire!
What's going on?
Someone trying to get away!
Oh, wait, that's, I spoke for Renosuke. This is Sato now.
Oh, whoops.
Be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Cover your face.
Bailiff! Don't let the accused escape! Secure the omnibus!
I hereby call an emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. Oh, shoot.
We were hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff. Amid scenes of chaos, people stumbled over one another in a desperation to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew was that, for the time being at least, the trial suspended. Hey, perfect timing.
Woo!
Ouch, my wrist.
You good?
Yeah, I'll be fine. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was one heck of a episode there. We learned a lot of information there. We learned that they weren't really up and up with their testimonies, but you know, obviously, our defendant is still not clear, so we gotta figure out exactly who this other party was, what they were doing in the omnibus, and just what the hell is the damn truth. Excuse me.
You good?
Kinda. So, hopefully in the next few episodes, we'll figure this all out and take it from there.
Yes.
So, as usual, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time for Let's Play The Great Ace Attorney Adventures.
Woo!
Love you all so much, and have a great day.
Bye.